Alright, well, we are officially live. I'm gonna wait for just a short amount of time, in case any regular viewers want to show up. But ultimately not going to delay too much. We're doing the usual Explorer ranked. Alright. First opponent of the day. See what they have. This hand... So, the only cantrips it's got is Artist's Talent. It does have a good set of interaction, which can be cantrips with Artist's Talent. I think I'm going to try keeping this. Play a tap land on one, just because I don't expect to use these. Authority of the Consuls. Well, that's rude. Okay. Well, so my Pheonixes aren't going to have haste. So that kind of sucks. Actually, do they enter tapped and attacking? I think they do, don't they? So actually that is just completely irrelevant. Which is pretty cool. Green-white poison counters, eh? Okay. Well, the good news is that this is not a meta deck. So that's an advantage I have going for me. What if I just say I'm not going to have 2 poison counters today? What do you do then? Do I fight over this? I guess? Just because, like, I have more Artist Talent stuff to do. Fire Impulse doesn't kill it. A Null is probably bad. Their deck is probably mostly creatures. Oh, so that's a tap land, which is great for me. It means they don't get to replay out the Fin. Okay, Crawling Chorus. So that creates another little guy when it dies. I'm going to get rid of the Spell Pierce. Probably not great against their creature deck. Ooh, those are some good hits. Alright. So Torch the Tower kills the Crawling Chorus permanently. We're going to Sleight of Hand. Get rid of that island. Get another Sleight of Hand. Get a Fiery Impulse. Second Sleight of Hand. Get rid of a Fiery Impulse. Get a Props Eidetic Memory, which is great. I think we grab a Picklock Prankster. And we torch the Crawling Chorus. I think we get rid of the Picklock Prankster. I'd love to hit a land. So that's exiled, so it doesn't get a guy. I get to play an untapped red land. And... Alright, so yeah. They don't enter tapped and attacking. They just enter at the beginning of combat before attacks. Regardless, I have a Pheonix back for next turn, which is still pretty great. Alright, so they're going to try to ossify me. I'm going to say no thank you, send it back to the graveyard instead. So, at least the Pheonix isn't dead. Oof, and they have a Skrelv's Hive. That's scary. I'm going to take this opportunity to get a Props Eidetic Memory down. And consider... Okay, well, I'm just going to play a creature and get counters on it. So I have a 4/6, which is going to untap. And then hopefully my 4/6 Flying Vigilance will cause problems for them. So these guys won't be able to like attack through it super easily, for example. Still at 0 poison counters, which is the best number of poison counters to be at. Alright, they're just cracking a Fabled Passage. They have their Fin that they can play, and nothing else. Alright, well, I draw a brick. So I guess I will level up the Artist Talent. Hold the Steam Vents in hand for drawing, discarding with Artist's Talent. And the question is... Alright, there's no longer a question. I have no choice on how to use that. So now I'm going to be taking some poison. Alright, well, Pheonix is a castable card. I'll put it in play. I really need something good here. They have another 4 poison on me and a Rot Priest. Yeah, so I think I'm going to die here. Unless I can draw like a ridiculous amount of cards. Is that becomes a target of a spell? Well, I guess we're going to have to do that and get a poison counter. Feeling very dead. But there's still a hope. 6. And that hope is maybe we literally kill them this turn. By just like maybe we just chain a bunch of treasure cruises and kill them this turn. Actually, I think I should get rid of the Pheonix in the bin, strangely enough, because it will gain them a life when it enters, but it'll enter tapped and not attacking. So I think that's actually the tech. Because, I don't know, I haven't done the math. I probably haven't drawn 15 cards this turn. But I'm going to draw as many as I can. Wait, I could have done another treasure cruise. I just assumed I didn't have the cards in graveyard after doing 2. But we get there exactly. That was highway robbery. That was pure highway robbery. Alright, we need cheap creature removal. I guess they have a lot of enchantments. Like, a lot of their removal is enchantments. So a null is actually pretty good. What to cut, though? I don't like Floodmaw when they have their Rot Priest thing. It's just targeting their creatures, which is dicey, but not actually removing them permanently. We cut 2 sleight of hand. We always cut 2 sleight of hand. Alright, let's see if we can rob them of another one. Yep. Let's see if we can take another game. If you're enjoying the content, make sure to follow. Make sure to say that every so often. Helps me out a lot. Yeah, we are just waiting for them to sideboard. They sure are taking a while to sideboard. I wonder if they have just left. I think 1 minute 30 is the time limit, right? No? Alright. Might have been. So they may have left. We will see if they choose a player to play first. Yep, looks like they left. Well, I mean, they are playing a toxic deck, so I guess it's not that surprising. But still, you know, you shouldn't leave after game one. Now we have to sit here and wait. Waiting for our opponent to lose the match to the timer. Waiting for our opponent to lose the match to the timer. Please. Any second now. Please, timer, pop up at least. Alright, well, the timer has popped up, so it won't be much longer. Maybe opponent didn't know they weren't playing best of one. They are playing best of three, so yeah, I guess this is what we're doing. I love how long it takes for the game to give up on them. It's just so nice sitting here for a ridiculous period of time. Long past when it's obvious that they've left. Alright, and another one. Alright, we find an opponent. And hand's fine. We have a cantrip. We have a Picklock Prankster. We have a way of getting the Pheonix in the bin. So yeah, this is perfectly fine. I'm going to cantrip on one. Grab another Picklock Prankster. Hog Brood Pit. Okay. Pass Picklock Prankster, end of turn. Castle Lockthwain tapped. Thoughtseize. That's fine. The card they want to take, I have two of anyway. So they're gonna want to take a Picklock Prankster here. Alright, so that means they have Graveyard Hate like imminently, which means we basically need... But we can't because we have the stupid Silken Zan. If we had played our second pathway on blue, we could have considered one of those hits a land, the other one hits another cantrip, and we can get our guy back. Alright, well, I'm just going to take a fourth land, I guess. And there are 2 Pheonixes in the bin right now. It's kind of awkward, but I think we pass. If their graveyard hate is their Sign in Blood. I guess this is as good a target to Spell Pierce as any, probably. So now we can consider putting basically anything into the bin. We just need Treasure Cruise food. So we have 1 spell, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So yeah, this hive was way too slow. Like, imagine if we had 2 Pheonixes stuck in hand and we're only getting 1 back this turn. It'd be so different. Now our opponent's at 12. Graveyard Trespasser right on time. You love to see the post-Pheonix return Graveyard Trespasser. So it is going to make Treasure Cruise like marginally more difficult to play, I guess. Let's just attack them and play out the Picklock Pranksters, I guess. So we can Lightning Axe this. Not that there's really anything in the graveyard. Murderous Rider, you lose 2 life. So they have died. So, I mean, this gains them up to like 5, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to target that. Discard a bunch of cards to kill that, and they've, for some reason, thought Graveyard Trespasser gave them an out. It didn't. Alright, so we're going to bring in our anti-graveyard hate stuff. Thoughtseize Sign in Blood. So is this going to be Mono Black Devotion or something, I guess? Spell Pierce, probably fine. Gosh, I don't know. Well, they definitely have Shieldred, so Lightning Axes are staying in. What creatures do they have? Graveyard Trespasser and Murderous Rider is what they've shown. Yeah, I'm going to cut Spell Pierce and Annul. And, I don't know, maybe they have weird cards in their deck. Maybe they aren't... what's the demon? The demon Phyrexian Arena thing. Maybe they aren't that. Okay, opponent is first. I have a 1-lander, but it's a pretty good 1-lander. Alright. Immediately paid off. Just gonna take the 3rd land. Just make sure no funny business happens there. Yep, they Thoughtseize me. My hand is kind of stacked. I don't know what they take. Could be Artist's Talent, could be Iconoclast. Probably not Drake or Prankster. No, it is Drake. Just the biggest, scariest threat, I suppose. Okay, Thoughtseize. I would not be surprised, yeah, to take the Iconoclast, just leave me with no threats. Thank you, but I do not use Twitter, so that's gonna be not gonna follow you back, unfortunately. I do not use Twitter. Alright, Graveyard Trespasser. Alright, well, that is awkward because it's going to make the graveyard a little bit more tricky. I guess I think I can do Steam Vents tapped this turn and be fine with it. So yeah, obviously big, scary creature. I'm probably going to Lightning Axe that in the future. I think I'm fine taking one hit from it. I'm fine taking one hit from it to Picklock Prankster end of turn. Like, the value there is just too high. Alright, no Shieldred. I think I cycle the land into another land. Alright, I'll grab a Picklock Prankster. So I need to cast 3 spells this turn. This is one. Floodmaw seems awful right now. Picklock Prankster is a bit expensive. Alright, so that's 1 spell. This Consider is 2 spells. I think we're bailing on the Picklock Pranksters. Just fill up the yard. And Treasure Cruise. 4, 5, 6, 7. And discard the second Treasure Cruise because it's going to be hard to cast, I guess. Alright, well, now I have Fiery Impulse, which can kill the front side of that without being ridiculously card negative, like a literal 3 for 1. Alright, yeah, you can spend your entire turn Murderous Ridering that. Alright, so Trespasser flips back. I am going to target it with Fiery Impulse. Discard Artist's Talent. Discard Lightning Axe to the ward. Alright, there's the Shieldred. I have another Lightning Axe for that. Die. Keeping both of these, because one is a win con, the other is a crucial cantrip. Alright, I think this time we just play out Prophesied Memory. And 5th land. So hang on, we have 1 spell. Actually, we can get our Pheonix back. Perfect. Yeah, opponent's deck is really just clearly not set up for this level of nonsense. Like, you cannot be doing Murderous Rider your Arclight Pheonix. It just is never going to turn out well. Well, I have 2 lands in hand, so if they were to ever have a chance, this would be it. They're going to draw 2 cards, lose 2 life. Play a land, play a Liliana of the Veil. Alright. I will sacrifice a Pheonix. And I would love to just get the Pheonix back immediately, which would require running kind of hot. But I do find another Opt and another Picklock Prankster. Yep, we're just cooking with... we're cooking with gas. Alright, give me Treasure Cruise. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Both of those cards are fine. I'll keep them. 2 Phoenixes into hand. I think that means... well, they're definitely like super dead this turn, I guess. Just... yeah, dead by a massive margin. I think they were dead to the 1 Pheonix in the Proft, or the 3 Phoenixes. They're certainly dead to both. Alright, and let's do another one. Alright. This is no good. No cantrips. This one's great. Throw back Basic Island. Turn 1 tap land go. Alright, we're going to Picklock Prankster end of turn. They are going to be doing green-white. They're doing green-white Hate Bears, probably. That's what green-white normally means. Well, I'm going to take a Treasure Cruise. If it works, it'll work. And I think just play out a 1-3. And Sleight of Hand. Grab another Picklock Prankster. So they are not Hate Bears. They are doing Lotus Field stuff. Well, that's considerably more worrying. Let's get going then. It's 1 spell for turn. This is 2 spells for turn. Still no Phoenixes in sight, but Treasure Cruises are pretty good at finding stuff. Alright, cool. There's the Pheonix. And we chip in for 1. Next turn we'll probably have a Pheonix attacking. Opponent is playing a combo deck. Yep. So now they have 2 Lotus Fields. So we really need to get killing. So yeah, we're gonna have like maybe 1 more turn if we're lucky. Alright. And we didn't even get our Phoenixes back, which is pretty much catastrophic. Now we're just going to have to see if we can stop them with a Spell Pierce. Yep, Hidden Strings, they're going to generate a bunch of mana. They're going to generate a bunch of mana. Spell Pierce, probably not viable, but they do probably intend to use a lot of this mana, so you never know. Pour over the pages with 9 mana left over. What fun gameplay. I sure do love it when my opponent does nothing for 3 turns and then kills me. Okay, Omniscience means my Spell Pierces are never going to work again. Just the worst. Alright, bring in all the counter magic. Bring out all the creature removal. Bring in the faster clock. And down a Spell Pierce, because it's the least likely to work. Oh, what fun interactive gameplay. I sure do love getting comboed and then hoping that they can't win. Alright, well, we're going to go turn 2 third path Iconoclast. And then hopefully that'll be enough. Need to keep our cantrips for after the Iconoclast. They probably don't have that much interaction, maybe? Just Sylvan Scrying, yeah, they're definitely just turbo doing the thing. Alright, well, Sleight of Hand because it's a sorcery. And we'll see if a null can stop them. Probably can't. They also don't have a Lotus Field. So that's something. If they brick on the Lotus Field for a while, then we might be able to do something about them. Alright. Second Iconoclast. Attack for 4. So if we can catch something with this Annul or this Floodmaw, then that might be enough. So they're probably just going to play Lotus Field this turn, copy it with Thespian Stage. Huh? Well, I'm going to play my Artist's Talent, get another couple of 1/1s, go attacking, and then maybe a Null or Floodmaw will bail me out here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They are dead on board if they don't kill me this turn. So that's something. But they are generating a lot of mana. I feel like I might need like Damping Spheres in the sideboard, or I need to have some sideboard cards for this. Like is Blood Sun? What does Blood Sun even do? I can't remember. Is Blood Sun an Explorer? Damping Spheres screws me over as well. Yeah, I feel like this deck is pretty common, so I do just I need to have some way of stopping this. Archdruid, creature or land. They just get a Leer to hand. And they're just going to run out the Leer. Alright, they have Soul Partition. So that means that I don't even necessarily kill them. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright. Untap land. Arclight Pheonix with haste. And they concede. And this is why this deck is so frustrating. Because, like, sometimes they have... Because, like, when they start going off, they fizzle, like, half the time. Alright, this is one of the worst 4 lands, 3 spells possible. Alright, we're going to keep Cantrip Dot Hand. Throw back a land and assume we'll just find it with all these cantrips. Alright, another third path Iconoclast. Pretty good. Run out my boy. I think that's a girl, actually. Alright, instantly get soul partitioned, which I think means we lose this game. I think the fact that they have early interaction means like this game is probably just straight up unwinnable. Unfortunately. I shouldn't have cast that. I should have held up negate. I'm dumb. I was tilted because the game we basically lost, but I could have held up negate. So now they're going to get to play their Lotus Field, keep their other 3 lands. Just run out the Vizier. Well, I guess I'll just run out my Iconoclast. And I don't think you can kill me this turn. You don't have a Thespian Stage or a Lotus Field. I mean, I guess probably you can. You can untap it and stuff. Yeah, what are they cooking? Just tapping and untapping mana confluence? To what end? Like, what does this all achieve? Archdruid's Charm to put a Lotus Field onto the... Put a Lotus Field into play, but they don't have any mana. Okay, well... Land, Artist's Talent, make a 1/1. Pass with Negate and Spell Pierce. Oh boy, I sure hope my Spell Pierce is good against your infinite mana deck. I sure hope that that works out well for me. I guess the good news is if we fight a counter war, I can like get a couple more 1/1s, but they have two 1/3 blockers, which means my attacks kind of suck and are always going to kind of suck. And I took out my creature removal because they don't care about this. Alright, opponent is thinking. They have 6 mana available, untap for 9. They have 9 mana, 5 cards. And they are tanking hard. I feel like this should be an easy situation for you. Like, if you can combo... When you have 9 mana and 5 cards in hand, you should be able to find something out. Okay, Archdruid's Charm, I think, is not the spell to counter. Just gonna get them more mana. I think we need to choke them on cards. Yeah, so they could do Vizier to pay for that. So there's no point spell piercing. I think we just have to try to choke them on cards and hope that a single negate is enough to stop them. Opponent is thinking really hard. Dark Petition. I think we have to negate that. I don't think there's... I think the odds of winning through a tutor are basically 0. Alright, I think we successfully bricked them for the turn. So that's nice. Now we need to make something out of it. So that means getting any sort of pressure in play. Which means casting a whole bunch of spells. This is spell number 2. For Treasure Cruise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright. Don't think I need opt. Props eidetic memory is too slow. I think we need to hold up our interaction. So see, these attacks don't make any sense. Not this turn anyway. Ground attacks will start making sense next turn. So they are at 8, which means, again, I think they have to kill us this turn. Which they are going for. Well, if I can't cast spells, I'm going to do everything I can now. Which, probably that was wrong, because they can cycle it. Yeah, I think that was a horrible mistake. And get rid of a random card, try to find anything else. No. Alright, well, we're going to cost them 2 mana with a Spell Pierce. Which they do not need to pay. But at least... Yeah, we probably should have Spell Pierced first. So that they might have wanted to pay. Yep, and then they have Omniscience. But only 1 mana, so they can't cycle that. Okay, Dark Petition. They have Omniscience, and they have a tutor. And they have Emergent Ultimatum. Well, we'll see what they get with this. Alright, so Flashback. How does Lear work with Omniscience? I don't know. I'm going to take the Fae of... I'm going to say you don't get the Fae of Wishes. You get all the other stuff. And if... I don't know. If Lear works with Omniscience, where they have to pay the alternate cost... Yeah, so Omniscience is from your hand. So they will actually have to pay mana for all the cards in their graveyard. Which is something. But yeah, they get another tutor for probably another ultimatum. No, another Fae of Wishes. And Approach to the Second Sun. And they have... Yeah, I don't know. They have Pore Over the Pages, which can untap their mana. They can Dark Petition for the approach again. Yep, just you know, I want to say like that matchup is miserable, but I think everyone against that deck has a miserable matchup, unless maybe I don't know, maybe like a blue-white control deck or something has fun. Alright, let's try another one. Yep, we have got cantrips, we've got artist talent. Can't complain about this. Lovestruck Beast. That's interesting. That might be getting Flood Mod, we will see. Nope, Edgewalling Keeper, so that's another 1/1. And a Shadow Spear. So yeah, they are red-green adventures. Spell Pierce, probably terrible against them. Fiery Impulse is great. There's no Innkeeper for you. And hold up Floodmaw Opt. Alright, Lovestruck Beast is played. They can hit in for 1, and I will opt. Taking 1 more. Alright, so this is opt, so I need to keep that on top to see it. If it were consider, it would be much better because I could bin it. Alright, so we're getting our Pheonix back this turn. That's great. This is 1 spell. Consider is spell number 2. And I think spell number 3 will probably be, I guess, sleight of hand, leave up options. Makes sense. I don't need that, really. Another Floodmaw. Don't really need more cards, just need to kill them. So I'm almost certainly going to Floodmaw the 1/1 to prevent them from attacking with their beast. Yep. Nice giant creature. It'd be a shame if something were to happen to it. So this is kind of risky, because if they have another 1/1, but they don't. So if they had had another 1/1, they could have gained 6, and then I would have been in a world of hurt. Fortunately, we are not in a world of hurt. We are cooking. Alright. Prof Eidetic Memory will draw us a card. They have floated 2 mana for some reason. Alright, and we attack him for 5. And we have a Null, which is probably irrelevant, and Floodmaw, which is probably irrelevant. Alright, so you can tutor up a land, that's fine. Also, they were missing a color. Alright, I guess that makes sense. Do I Floodmaw that? I don't think I do. I think I just attack and basically say your Lovestruck Beast is never going to get to enjoy combat. Alright, well, we can annul this, turn off both halves, or Spell Pierce it, kill both halves of the Brazen Borrower, and be pretty good to go. They have conceded. Cool. Alright, so they are Teamer Adventures. Sure. Annul is probably bad. They had Shadow Spear, but other than that, mostly creatures. They do have Like, most of their spells are going to be non-creature as well, so that works. And let's bring in our Graveyard Hate Juke. Floodmaw seems especially bad there because it lets them reuse adventures. And I guess we can bring in one of Prismari Command in case they have, what, like Lucky Clover or whatever it's called. And maybe it'll bail us out against like Unlicensed Hearse as well. You never know with that card. Alright, this is fine. We have 2 cantrips. We have a removal spell and a half. Alright, well we have 3 Spire Bluff Canals, which means we basically have to play them on the first 3 turns of the game so that they can enter untapped. Alright, there is Lucky Clover, as I had surmised. I would love to catch that in a Prismari Command. Consider... I think we bottom that because we have uses for our mana for the next couple of turns. Alright, second Spire Bluff Canal go. Picklock Prankster on end step, unless they give something we really need to Fiery Impulse. Alright, Beanstalk Giant copied is disgusting. So now they're up to 5 mana and I'm at 2. This is fine. Alright, we get a Pheonix in the bin. And we already have a Treasure Cruise. I'm going to grab a Consider. So I'm going to go land, go, and... Oh, I shouldn't have let them get priority. Alright, just escape to the wilds. So I am going to destroy target artifact, deal 2 to any target, and just clear all that up. But now they're going to have even more of a ridiculous amount of mana. And another Lucky Clover. I don't have another Prismari Command. They've said your go. That is correct. It is my go. Good job, opponent. Well, I'm going to play a Picklock Prankster. See, I'm an adventure deck too. Alright, so they have Edgewall Innkeeper. I'm just going to immediately kill that first chance I get. They're going to draw a card off of it, but only one. And they're going to get even more mana. So the question is, they have all this mana. Can they do anything useful with it? And I'm going to hope that the answer is no. Because if the answer is yes, then I'm screwed. Alright, Artist's Talent is great. I have a Pheonix in the bin already. So I will Sleight of Hand here. Put another Pheonix in the bin. Grab a land. And now we Treasure Cruise. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is our third spell for the turn. Which means we get both of our Phoenixes in play. And attack you for a bunch. Yep, so they can trade off the Brazen Borrower. That's perfectly fine by me. My Pheonix is just going to come back next turn. It actually would have been better for them to trade it off with the Picklock Prankster, because that's gone permanently. Alright, well their Lovestruck Beasts are officially online. They have a couple of 1/1s. I will take 5. Crackling Drake is good. Crackling Drake ends the game nice and quick. I'm going to say we just run that out. That draws us a card. And I guess we can Lightning Axe their Lovestruck Beast. Get rid of some of these extra lands. So ideally, they have no way of beating my Crackling Drake, and I can just attack them for 1,000,000,000 and kill them next turn. I don't know if that'll actually happen, but if I win this game, it's going to be like the classical definition of why the adventure deck might not be good. Alright. They have... Alright, so they are bouncing Crackling Drake and Pheonix to hand. That's pretty good for them. And Artist's Talent, I guess, because why not? Well, the good news is they still don't really have much of a clock. They have a Shadow Spear, which I guess they're going to put on a giant at some point. Alright. They can attack me, deal 3. Is Prophet's Eidetic Memory gone? Yes, it is. I really need to run 2 of those. Alright, well, they need to actually play out a giant. Fae of Wishes. What are they Fae of Wishesing for? A 1/4 blocker? They've said good game, but it seems like they're kind of dirtling around and doing nothing impressive. Like they still haven't played out a Beanstalk Giant. My Crackling Drake is back. Alright, and they Brazen Borrower all of my stuff again. 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that is enough that I'm going to be too slow from here. Alright, so what have we learned? Second Prismari Command is coming in. Nulls are coming in because of the stupid Lucky Clovers. And what do we cut? Their small creatures aren't that threatening. I think we can get rid of some burn spells. Alright, well, we should, like, they did the thing, and it was only barely enough to beat us. So I'm still feeling very confident that this matchup is, like, not unlosable, but very, very strongly in our favor. I'll grab my Pheonix to put in the bin. And play an Artist's Talent. So we are going to need a third land. Alright, they're Brazen Borrowing my Artist's Talent. Alright, we have bricked on the third land. because of course we have. Meanwhile, they hit basic land Tron, because of course they have. Alright, third land acquired. And we can pass the turn. I might have wanted to Lightning Axe the Innkeeper. I think I will Lightning Axe an Innkeeper. Just prevent all of their stuff from being divination. I think we don't need two Picklock Pranksters here. Prophetic Memory is a great draw. Yeah, that's going to make things a little bit harder for my opponent. Alright. One Innkeeper down, another one arrives. Lovestruck Beast makes a 1/1. And I would love to Picklock Prankster, or free the Fae. They're just going to run out another 1/4, which I guess can block my... I guess a 1/4 can block a regular old Pheonix. I don't know that that's like what they would need to be playing for, though. Alright, let's see here. Getting a Pheonix back this turn doesn't really do anything. So I'm going to run out of Prophetic Memory and set up for next turn. And Treasure Cruise. 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, we don't need 2 Considers and an Opt. Alright, Ship and Reef at least lets us hold up Spell Pierce. Opponent really loves saying good game preemptively. It is their favorite thing in the world. Absolutely not. I think we get rid of a negate. Yeah, nice, good game, opponent. Alright, so now we just need to get Phoenixes back. Prismari Command is going to be way too hard to hold up. And they don't have the Lucky Clovers this game anyway. Alright, spell number 2. We're going to kill a Fae. Get rid of a couple of spare artist talents. Spell number 3. More than enough room in the graveyard. 5, 6, 7. To Treasure Cruise. Get rid of a Spire Bluff Canal. And I believe that was 3 spells for the turn. So I'm going to play a Picklock Prankster. Yes, so now I have a giant Picklock Prankster and 2 Phoenixes. Have fun, opponent. It's incredible to say good game before your spell even resolves while your opponent has blue mana up. Alright, Bone Crusher Giant does literally nothing. It's literally just 2 mana, put a creature on an adventure. Hardcast Lovestruck Beast. And Grafdigger's Cage. Alright, well, Grafdigger's Cage is a little bit of a pickle. but not much of one, because we have Prophetic Memory. So we're just going to kill that. And we're just gonna draw a bunch of cards and kill them this turn. One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, just gonna draw a bunch of cards and kill them. Now their Treasure Cruise is probably lethal. I have not done the math, but they're probably dead already, actually. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess we won't remove the Pheonixes from the graveyard because we have the option not to. Alright. That's all I got, and they concede. Yeah. This is why you don't say good game before you cast and Enter the Wilds or whatever, which is not a game-winning threat even if it resolves, and also has no guarantee of resolving. Alright, next match. We have a fine-ish hand. Yep. This is the kind of hand where you see turn 1 Thoughtseize, and you're like, it's not great, but thank God I didn't mulligan, because it's certainly better than going to 6 and getting Thoughtseized. Alright, taking a null. I have no idea what that means exactly, but probably means they're the... Oh, well, that's what it means. Okay. Problem solved. It means that they're going to play Overlord of the Baelmerk next turn. Oh, and get a Shieldred back. Well, that's miserable. Well, I have to keep a Treasure Cruise. And I have to go land Artist's Talent. It's probably going to be tricky to cast 3 spells next turn. Yep, Unholy NX, unsurprisingly. Well, let's see here. Right, so I think we just set up this turn, we do the Picklock Prankster, get the graveyard full. I would love to Lightning Axe a Shieldred. Alright, Thoughtseize take my Lightning Axe is pretty good. Although I think it means they can't actually cast a Shieldred this turn, right? No, they don't even take the Lightning Axe, they take the Treasure Cruise. Makes sense. Especially if you're not jamming Shieldred this turn. Opponent is thinking, and they play a Preacher of the Schism. Interesting. That's not a demon, is it? Alright, well. Give me some stuff, please. Fiery Impulse doesn't kill the Preacher or the Shieldred, so I'll just take a Consider. It would kill a Mutavault. if they tried to fire that up. Alright, we just need to sleight of hand into a land here. Pretty simple. Yep. Land found. Sleight of hand number 2. Spell Pierce is too late. Second Lightning Axe is fantastic. And we will consider Torch the Tower is kind of mid. Treasure Cruise is great. So now we have a Pheonix back and we're attacking, which does mean they're going to be under a lot of pressure to do something like a Shieldred this turn. If they just try to fire up the Mutavault to gain life, I can kill it with the Torch the Tower. Alright, so they're just going to attack, get a 1/1 lifelinker. Alright, Shieldred does show up. Oh, right. Obviously, I should have Lightning Axed it in response. I'm a fool. I did not... I always remember Shieldred, you know... I always remember that Shieldred loses me life. I never remember that it gains them life. Alright, 14 cards in graveyard. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's refuel a bit. Just a little bit. We kind of need this Lightning Axe to deal with the Overlord of the Baelmerk, which is coming soon. Alright, so that's 1 spell. This is 2 spells. I would love to hit another Pheonix at any point. Then this is 3rd spell. That's tough. Another Lightning Axe is not necessary. Alright, we didn't find another Pheonix. We do get to crack them down to 6. Second Mutavault is very bad for me, because it means they can fire up both to gain life with the Unholy Annex, which does currently... Unholy Annex gain life plus Vampire token gain life does currently race me. And I just need to find, like, more than 1 Pheonix in the top half. Second Unholy Annex is catastrophic. So now they're going to go up to 11. Unless they mess up. They might spend more of their mana. Alright. They mess up. They spend more of their mana. Which means I think they are literally going to die to this Fiery Impulse. I think that's what that means. I think they literally die to this Fiery Impulse. Discard a Floodmaw. So yeah, they can't get a demon. Which means that the Unholy Annex triggers put them to 3, and then I attack them for 3. Alright, well, that was a classic game of them getting too greedy with their mana usage when I had mana available. So they obviously, Annul is great. Brazen Borrower is like fine, but not exciting. Prismari Command, they probably have Unlicensed Hearse as their graveyard hate, so we'll try to fit that in. Spell Pierce is kind of bad. A lot of their non-creature stuff is... Well, a lot of their enchantments, which the Annul is hitting, are like Overlords, which Spell Pierce doesn't hit. And what, they have like lots of big guys, like Preachers, 4 toughness. I think we cut a lot of our cheaper removal. Yeah, let's run it like this. Because we haven't seen even like any 3 toughness or lower creatures that aren't tokens. Alright, we're going to keep a hand with cantrips and Proph's Eidetic Memory. And they're going to Thoughtseize us, and I'm going to be very sad. But, alright, no turn 1 Thoughtseize. Please no turn 2 Thoughtseize. Damping Sphere. Alright, well, Proph's Eidetic Memory hands are the sort of thing that will beat a Damping Sphere. I can't remember. I've already forgotten whether or not I brought in my Prismari commands. But the other thing that beats Damping Sphere is just generating a shitload of mana. So we'll try to do that. Yep. Alright. We're going to pass and consider on their end step. Overlord got them a... Alright, yes, Prismari Command is great. So that's like a Wrath / removal spell, I guess. Alright, so I think this turn I play out the Arclight Pheonix. So they're going to spend mana on removing this, and then Prismari Command... Yeah. So they spent mana and a card on removing my Arclight Pheonix, and Prismari Command, opt. Alright, no, they have Go Blank. Of course they do. Lightning Axe, opt, I guess. So Go Blank is definitely very bad, but it does mean... Is there any reason to Prismari Command now? Not really. They're not going to have counter magic or anything. Karn's Silex is a sweeper, I guess. Alright, well, I wish I could select the same mode twice. I'm going to destroy target artifact and draw 2, discard 2. Oh, second Prismari Command. I can Prismari Command twice. Would you look at that? Sleight of Hand and Opt, I guess, can go. And I will free the Fae and step. Ooh, there goes my Iconoclast. Alright. How about I run out of Picklock Prankster. I Prismari Command to draw 2, discard 2, destroy target artifact. And get rid of those 2. And now we Treasure Cruise and say I've killed 2 of your hate pieces and drawn a bunch of cards, and I have a 6/8 in play. Now they might have single target removal. If they spend it on Picklock Prankster, then Crackling Drake Third Path Iconoclast is going to be a bit of a kick in the teeth for them. Second Damping Sphere is, I think, a bit too slow for them. Because I can already just attack them for 6, run out a Crackling Drake, And now we get to see if this is enough. So they could have a Devious Cover up here, but they only have 4 mana. Archfiend of the Dross is a 6/6. So you just have to opt into a way of beating a 6/6. Which Lightning Axe is not. Alright, no way of beating a 6/6 found, but we are going to just trade with it. So Crackling Drake for Archfiend is a perfectly fine trade. Yep, I lose 2 life. Whatever. And play out some more stuff. And so now they could have Devious Cover up. Now they could have a 5th mana. Leyline of the Void is 1,000 years too slow. Just way, way too slow. I'm going to exile the rest of my graveyard myself, draw a bunch of cards, and kill you with this Picklock Prankster. Yeah, and for the fun of it, I will send that back. Alright, yep. This is why this deck is good. Because the opponent had 2 Damping Spheres, a Karn Silex, and a Leyline of the Void, and it was just completely fought through it. Alright. Let's see. Let's do another one of these, and then I might switch to draft after that. Do a Premier Draft. See if we can high roll into some stonks. We've got plenty of cantrips, we got an Artist Talent, we got a Treasure Cruise, this hand is great. Cauldron Familiar. Well, we've got fun interactive gameplay ahead of us, folks. Oh no, and they're playing slowly too. Well, maybe we can clock them. Maybe they won't have enough time. Alright, I think I will consider end of turn. Cost me a life, but... Alright, we get a 3rd land, that's pretty good. So we have an Artist's Talent in play. And they have a Fable of the Mirror Breaker. They're attacking me for 4. Well, the plan is to get a Pheonix back, I guess. That's what the plan pretty much always is. Alright, Floodmaw is good. Floodmaw lets me get rid of that with no problem. 3rd card, opt, take a damage. Get rid of a land that'll ping me. Alright, well, we have a Pheonix. I think we have to say no attacks to try to preserve our life total. We could never win the race when we're at 12 and they're at 21, and they're dealing 4 and we're dealing 3. Alright, the Scavenger's Talent, that's the stupid one. Yep. Well, I will very, very enthusiastically block the Blood Tithe Harvester. The good news is they don't have an oven. So we have first spell. Alright, we have 3 spells for the turn. The second spell, Treasure Cruise. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just want to maximize the chances that I draw a Pheonix here so that I can discard it. Yes, alright. Another Pheonix drawn. And now we sleight of hand the Pheonix into the bin. Now we get both of our Phoenixes back. And Picklock Prankster is fine. Now we get both of our Phoenixes back and attack for 6. And now this is a favorable race. Although the odds of it actually working out are pretty low. But you know, holding back to block against Cauldron Familiar is silly. They could have sacked a food, got their Familiar back, and then attacked me for an additional point this turn. Maybe they just want something else. Leveling up Scavenger Talents again to sack 3 non-land permanents to return a creature from the graveyard to the battlefield. Oh, Igra. Gulp. So I think something involved with Igra is an infinite combo, but they don't have... Okay, I mean, they can do that. Yes, mill me more. Alright, no Phoenixes hit off of all of that. Alright, wait, this is an infinite combo, right? Because they can sacrifice their cats to bring back their other cats to sacrifice their cats? Yeah. Alright. Good old infinite combos. You gotta love opponents with infinite combos in their mid-range decks. Just the most fun thing ever. Alright, they have a lot of creatures, so Spell Pierce is kind of dubious. It does hit like Scavenger Talents and Fable of the Mirror Breaker, but it's not great. Annul. No, probably Annul out. Floodmaw probably out as well. Prismari Command could blow up ovens, but that's not super exciting. 3 mana to kill their 1 mana spell. Alright, we got a no-lander. 1 lander with 2 cantrips on the play. No, this is just not good. This is fine. I think we get rid of a Consider and 1 Treasure Cruise. We need a Treasure Cruise to unmulligan ourselves. But I don't know how we're going to get cards in graveyard for 2. Alright, they have Scavenger Talent. It's leveled up. I have Artist's Talent. And Esteem Vent's tapped. I might want to hold that Fiery Impulse, but I don't know. Alright, Ghost Vacuum is horrible for me. Well, I guess I'll level up Artist's Talent and pass the turn again. I think this matchup is probably just very bad. Like, they have an infinite combo and aggressive creatures. Alright, well, we can Fire Impulse a thing. They can sacrifice it in response. Yep. I mean, I think this game is over. Well, okay. Third Path Iconoclast could, if I super high roll and they super low roll, could provide me with a very fast clock. But also the graveyard is in check, so these treasure cruises are going to be very bad. Yep. Fable Mirror Breaker. So I can kill that with a Fiery Impulse and try to dig to something. Alright. Kill their creature with Fiery Impulse, discard a Treasure Cruise. Yep, the Deadly Dispute again. Because just infinite value always for them. Discard a Treasure Cruise, because it's going to be very difficult to cast with a Ghost Vacuum. Sleight of Hand. Discard another Treasure Cruise, I think. We need to be going quicker than like, a couple turns from now we might be able to draw a bunch of cards, you know? I don't love that. It's just very important that I draw cards. Pheonix isn't going to be doing anything with Ghost Vacuum. It's very important that I draw cards for profit purposes. Alright. Well, I am attacking them for 7. They have something. It might be like Treasure Crack a Clue. Yeah, Treasure Crack of Blood. Put a Cauldron Familiar in the yard. Oh, it's hell. 3 Cauldron Familiars in the yard and an Egret. And we're dead to their infinite combo, I think. Yeah, I mean, the block doesn't matter. They've already won. I'm just going to make them notice that they have the Egret, I guess. Alright, they sure are digging through their deck. Yep, and they even have an Egret in hand. Okay, yeah. That was a brutal match. Let's look at what limited stuff is going on. This is Phantom, so it's nonsense. I guess the only premier is Outlaws of Thunder Junction, which basically I know nothing about this set, but I'm going to jam it anyway and see what happens. Alright, we're going to jam a random OTJ draft, see what happens. I only have the gold for one, so if this goes poorly, we're going to go back to Izzet Pheonix afterwards, but alright. Alright, that's nonsense. So that's pretty good removal. I don't know. When in doubt, just like take a 2-mana instant speed removal spell, I guess. Memory Vessel. What is this nonsense? Alright, that's just some very bad constructed jank. So that is like decent removal. We could do crimes. Crimes sounds fun. Let's take a Raven of Fell Omens. I don't know if it's good or not. We get past another bad mythic. God, there sure are a lot of bad mythics today. Nurturing Pixie seems cool. So yeah, I mean, I don't even know what the black-white archetype is, really. But I've got removal, I've got some flyers. How bad can this really go? Alright, another Pitiless Carnage. Interesting. Essence Capture. Stagecoach Security is kind of mid. Ambush Gigapede is funny. It is a crime. Alright, well, it looks like black is probably open. If I had to guess. More. Okay, so this is like a kind of mediocre fireball. I guess we can take a crime land in black. That'll help. So yeah, crime. Archmage's Charm. Do I take the triple blue card? It's a pretty good triple blue card. This draws a card when it dies, which is kind of fine. This is pretty good removal. I don't know. I'm gonna, when in doubt, take a rare, I think. I don't know if I'm gonna be in blue-black. What? If I am in blue-black, I have this nice tap land. Alright. What was going on? I took like as long as possible on that pick, and I still ended up waiting afterwards. Alright, well, we have another good removal spell in blue, or a faster removal spell in black. I think I'm going to take that because it's definitely in my colors as opposed to probably in my colors. Alright. 4 mana, flash, flying, lifelink, destroy target creature an opponent controls those. Alright, so that's kind of mediocre at best. I guess I'll take it. Pitiless Carnage still coming along. This is a blue 4 mana 4/4. It's probably the worst 4 mana 4/4 flash creature possible, but not being able to hop in and block something is a pretty big deal. Good old Ambush Gigapede. I don't think that card's very good. Alright, so Jailbreak Scheme is pretty good. I'm kind of surprised that wheeled. Yeah, I'm honestly very surprised that wheeled. Alright, so we're pretty probably in blue-black at this point. I mean, alright, so all these cards kind of suck. I guess... Alright, I'm not playing either of them. I guess I'll take the stupid Mythic. And a random combat trick. Sure. Why not? Ambush Gigapede, that's fun. And one more card out of pack 1. And it is somehow just approaching me. And it's Highway Robbery. Alright, well that's in exactly the 3 colors that I'm not, so that's fun. Let's see, there's a lot of good white cards in this pack. Not a lot of good blue cards. Let's create that. That can ramp me some, probably. Lava Spur Boots could be a thing. Consuming Ashes. Alright, I'm going to take a 4 mana exile removal. Let's see here. 3 mana 3/1 that draws a card when it enters seems decent enough. More removal. I have a lot of removal and not that much creatures, right? 8 creatures, 6 instants. Yeah. Alright. I have World Walker Helm, which can combine with my Treasure Dredger as a combo. It's so bad. Alright. Well, waiting for packs. Alright, we get one. Sack a creature, draw 2 cards. Or combat trick, or a crab. Well, I mean, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't even know what blue-black is meant to do here. I'm just taking some cards. This is it commits a crime, which is something. Alright. Please give me some packs. Please give me some packs so that I can pick some cards. Waiting. Alright, let's see here. Another jailbreak scheme. I guess Overzealous Muscle is like kind of hard to deal with as a top end. You can have Indestructible. It can gain Indestructible at instant speed, which could be quite tricky to deal with. Alright, then we have... Alright, up to 1 artifact, up to 1 creature, and up to 1 land. Or I could just like take another Desert's Dew. I'm just going to take a 4th Desert's Dew. And, I don't know, hope to find more Soured Springs, I guess. That would be nice. Alright. Return a return creature from your graveyard to your hand, make a 1/1 mercenary. I guess that is fine. Alright. Spring Splasher is on color. Lava Spur Boots might actually end up making the cut. Desert's Dew number 5, because why not? Random Fling, and Corrupted Conviction, and Patient Naturalist. Another Annie joins up. Man, it's almost like it's trying to tell me something. So this is a 4 mana 3/4 that's going to draw a card a lot of the time. This is going to be a 2 mana Divination a lot of the time. I think I need creatures. I need creatures more than random card draw spells, I think. And that creature also draws cards, so... Alright. So this is a Spree, which could be a 4 mana to destroy a creature. 5 mana get a thing. I'll take another Overzealous Muscle. I need creatures pretty badly. Ooh, Tiny Bones. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, you can cast a non-land permanent from their... Yeah, sure. We'll take that. I'll take an on-color mythic on pack 2, or pick 2 rather. These Deserts Dew sure is making our curve look silly. Reanimate? Alright. I kinda love just having a reanimate in my deck. And another jailbreak scheme. No, I'm gonna take a Rictus Robber. Alright, and here we have Ambush Gigapede. I guess Ambush Gigapede is kind of like a top end if you squint. It's a 6 power attacker with flash. You never know. So I think Loan Shark should count itself, right? Because it's when it enters. Yeah. Alright. This seems kind of bad. Do I take, like, random treasure token generator, I guess? Do some fixing for my Archmage's Charm. I don't even know. I might even already own 4 copies of Archmage's Charm. I played that a lot back in the day. Alright, well, let's take a flying creature, I guess. And an Overzealous Muscle. Harrier Strix is probably better than that. That can do like tempo stuff, and it commits a crime, which is relevant for some cards in this deck. Well, Metamorphic Blast is sort of like it's tempo-y removal, and also draws cards. We'll take another flash creature so that we can hold up interaction, I guess. And another flash creature. And a random guy. Alright. Well, the deck is weird. It's very much blue-black control. I need to make 14 cuts. Nurturing Pixie obviously goes. A lot of my creatures have flash, so Lava Spur Boots giving haste is probably not great. Gold Pan, probably just filler at best. This could ramp me, which could be nice. I mean, that's, like, not exciting. A lot of these 2-drops need to go. Like, Mourner Surprise is bad. Spring Splasher is bad. Gains Hexproof, untap. It becomes a copy of another creature. I mean, that could lead to all sorts of funny nonsense, I think. Corrupted Conviction seems bad. I don't really have spare creatures lying around. So that's until end of turn. It shuts something down. I think we probably cut the Raven. 7 more cuts. Rope Master is very... I don't know, it's not a great tempo thing. Rooftop Assassin is... It's a flash creature, flying lifelink. Yeah, it's probably just... Like, 4 mana for a 2/2 is abysmal, even if it sometimes kills something, but like... I'm not in red to deal damage to stuff. I think I want my top end to be quite heavy. So I think these 7 cards pretty much have to stay in. Thunder Thief is kind of fine. The Buzzard is kind of fine. This is bad. I'm cutting that for sure. Alright, that's a very cute card in multiple ways, but I think it is just cute. This seems very inefficient. Like 4 mana to draw 2 mana to temporarily deal with something. I think that has to go. And 2 more cuts, which we just trim one of those and one of those. Alright, this draft deck is some nonsense. If I do like even passably well with this, it's gonna be a testament to my incredible deck building instincts, and also probably running ridiculously hot. Now the problem with that is I don't think I have incredible deck building instincts, so that might be a problem. All right, blue-white crime land. Swamp. I'm just going to play this on turn 2. And turn 3, we're almost certainly just going to make a treasure. I don't care about blocking 1 damage. Okay, opponent is probably white-black. And just playing a crime land for the sake of having crime lands. Alright, we're going to pass and make a treasure. Yeah, they're looking like black-white. Some sort of life gain stuff going on over there. Yep, basic planes. Opponent is thinking hard. Alright, I will block the medic this time. And make a treasure. So I could play Overzealous Muscle now. Which I think I will do. And may as well attack. I guess flash stuff is very much a thing in this format. I would love it if they didn't kill my overzealous muscle, and then I could just, like, Consuming Ashes something, like a cow, and protect it if they try to kill it on my turn. But no, they're just going to kill it immediately, which is definitely smart. I'm going to play another one. And stay back on defense. I am at 12, my opponent is at 23. If they have another removal spell for my second overzealous muscle, I'm in serious trouble. Otherwise, I might be fine. Lazav. Journey nowhere when it enters exile target creature. Come on, man. Why do you gotta have all this stuff? Why do you gotta have removal? So that can even give the medic +1/+0. Yikes. Alright, well, I think I have to kill Lazav. And Desert's Dew is good. Ambush Gigapede is better. Alright, well, we're going to pass. So I have 6 mana available. I could take 4, or I could just trade in the Treasure Dredger to only take 2 this turn. I think that's probably right. I don't want to go to 4 here. I'd much rather go to 6. Alright. We pass. So if they attack with everything, we might be able to kill the Holy Cow and also eat the Outlaw Medic. If they activate that, it's obviously better. Alright, well, Ambush Gigapede, in we go. And I think we definitely kill the cow. If they have combat tricks, we just instantly die. Alright, they're sacrificing to draw 2 cards, which is very bad for me. Another stupid removal spell. Alright, well, I'm gonna draw a card and lose a life. So Desert's Dew. So I'm actually almost stabilized. Like, if we can just trade all of this stuff off. If we can just trade all this stuff off, and then maybe I can get into it from there. Alright, you're going to destroy my Vault Plunderer. Attack me for 2. Well, I'll kill one of them, I guess. Yep. Well, I'm going to fall on my own sword. Yep, reanimate. Just way too slow. If reanimate had showed up earlier, maybe something could have happened. But when I'm already at 2 life, I'm already at 2 life. It's not spectacular. Alright. This is fine, I guess. It's got a Tiny Bones, which is a 1/1 Death Toucher. It's got a Desert's Dew, which is going to be a better than normal removal spell. So this will be -3/-3. Alright, Tiny Bones, out you go. So this is non-land permanent from their graveyard I can cast. Alright, they're playing some Defender, which taps to sacrifice a land. Alright. Well, you can feel free to sacrifice your lands. Also, I can't help but note that you have basic Landtron. Alright, I'm going to plot a Loan Shark. And the next turn I will Vault Plunder Loan Shark, draw a bunch of cards, gain a bunch of value. Right, they are just straight up in 3-color, I guess. Top 3 cards, plot something. If you haven't cast a spell from your hand this turn, make a 2/2 Spirit. Alright. And it's a 1/4. That's fair. Well, we continue staring at each other. I don't want to attack with my Tiny Bones. So this can get a non-land permanent, which means not that. So I think I have, with this Desert's Dew, I have decent attacks this turn, I think. So I can attack with these two. And I can Deserts do something. Alright, so they're taking that block. Alright, no, they're taking that block. Well, it's going to be more efficient to Gigapede. So, what combat trick do you have here? You obviously have something. Alright, that's rude, but honestly would rather that there than on the Wrangler. Now you have 2 Wranglers. Alright. So yeah, I mean, these Wranglers of the Damned are gonna obliterate me if I don't stop them. Or race them, I suppose. I suppose racing them is an option. This conveniently does -3, -3. All right, opponent did end up blocking with a Wrangler. That's pretty cool. So I can Desert do that. Oh, this is a complicated game, and my opponent is popping off like crazy. Mystical Tether, of course. Well, because, you know, why wouldn't my opponent just have everything all the time, no matter what? Let me guess, they're going to plot something, get 2 flyers. They just have, like, in any given situation, they just have the exact right trick. Alright, well, they can have a couple more of those. I'm going to attack with my guy since it can be I can make it indestructible. Or not. Just, you know, it's not like they drew any extra cards this game. You know, they just always had the perfect answer to everything just naturally. Because actually, I was the one who drew extra cards that game. But they just always had everything. I mean, I don't think my deck is very good, but it sucks when you lose to your opponents getting lucky with their 3-color deck running perfectly. I have to mulligan, a 5-lander. And I think we send that back. Alright, let's lead on a blue. Alright, Forsaken Miner. That's fine. Can't block. You can pay a black to return it when you commit a crime. I'm just going to ignore that. Alright, so they have a Buzzard. I think I will kill that. Just to use my mana. And I will draw a card. Alright, 4th land acquired. Ooh. That's a great draw. So now we pass. We have this available as a removal spell, and more likely we just play our 4/4. Desperate Bloodseeker. They're going to self-mill some. Alright. I did not draw a 5th land, despite the fact that I have 2 5-drops in hand. Well, I'm going to play out my Treasure Dredger and pass. Not blocking. They can probably just commit a crime and get it back. Enters, sack a creature, draw 2, lose 2. Alright. That's certainly very good. Alright, 5th land has arrived. Opponent is very low. Yeah. they're going to need something very crazy, or I'm just going to run them over. They might survive another turn or two if they have removal, but even then, Jailbreak Scheme might turn the muscle into a surprising lethal. Harrier Strix might tap down a blocker they were relying on. So yeah, the best case for me is they just run out 2 blockers and I Harrier Strix 1, I just make my Overzealous Muscle unblockable and then just win. Alright. There's a blocker. Alright, there's 2 blockers. And that one can't block. Alright, let's make a guy can't be blocked this turn. And alright, we did not go 0-3. We have successfully avoided 0-3. So that's good news. We got a win. Now we just need to get another 2 wins to get to reasonable value. All right. Let's see. Let's try to steal another one. Right, we have a Sour Springs. I think I might go turn 1 Tiny Bones though. No, I think I'll go turn 1 Sour Springs, turn 2 Tiny Bones plus Harrier Strix. And they are green-white. Well, they're either green-white or they're white with a random crime land. Either is possible. Tiny Bones, Harrier Strix, tap permanent. Alright, let's do some attacking. Alright, holy cow. I will immediately kill that. I should have let them scry first. Decline. But I would love to do that next turn if I can hit them again with Tiny Bones. Alright, Bridled Bighorn. So trading Tiny Bones for either of those would be fine, I think. Ooh, a Reanimate. Alright, well, we go to attacks. So we could reanimate. We could reanimate a Holy Cow and oh, we could really do him dirty and discard Ambush Gigapede and reanimate it. No, but that has Vigilance, so it's not very good. Let's activate Harrier Strix. I think we throw that back. Oh, this is a sorcery. Okay. Oh, we get another one anyway. So let's bring back Holy Cow. So I'll lose 3, then immediately gain 2, and I think land number 6 is fine. I need it to cast my Gigapede. Alright, so this enters tapped, so can't do any funny business there. I'm just going to play out my 4/4. And attack. Steer clear. Alright. That's fine. So if they just attack with this, Ambush Gigapede eats it. Alright. That... I can Desert to do that. Attacks while saddled, make a 1/1. Yeah, sure. Certainly got value out of it. And even a crime land. Alright. Gigapede in. Shrink it and eat it. Alright. That is steer clear, of course. I think we just have to kill that. It's way too good. God. Oh, okay, well, that sucks. I think we have to pass and be on the defensive, despite the fact that it means we almost certainly lose the game. They just had to have Snakeskin Veil. Yeah, I mean, this is a good attack. Can't really block that profitably. I'm just going to activate Harrier Strix at end of turn. Of course. Reach, ward. Yep. Totally fair and balanced. Well, they have reach. So I guess this is my life now. And of course they have another removal spell. So we have to chump block there and trade there. And then have a miracle happen. Oh, of course that comes back on their side of the field. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I don't have the mana to pay the ward, which means I am dead. See, how is it that I'm here playing an honest 2-color deck and I can barely find anything, and they're over there playing 3-color greed piles and just completely getting away with it with no consequences of any kind? Alright. Well, Day of Judgment is decent, and that card, which... Sure. Alright, we're going back to playing real format. Alright, we're gonna turn one side of hand. Grab Pheonix, I guess. They look like they're playing red. Alright. It's gonna be black-red mid-range, probably then. Aggro decks do not play Reckoner Bankbuster under any circumstances. And Fable. Alright, so the plan here is simple. I am going to cast some cantrips. I'm going to find more castable spells, and it's going to be great. Alright, 2 Phoenixes in the yard. And we can kill that as our 3rd spell for the turn. And get our 2 Phoenixes. And we can block a bot who showed up. Alright, well, we're doing quite well. They have Kolaghan's Command in their deck. Alright, Thoughtseize can take Prophetic Memory, which means they probably don't die like immediately, but they're still in a lot of trouble. They're just going to draw a card with Reckoner Bankbuster. You are at 12. Spell Pierce is great. Another Pheonix in the bin is great. And opponent concedes. Alright, well, Prismari Command, bringing our anti-graveyard hate stuff. I saw, like, lots of non-creature stuff. They're probably playing Sheoldred. Annul seems fantastic against them as well. Floodmaw, maybe less so. Fiery Impulse, Torch the Tower, maybe go down those. I don't know. We didn't see, like, any actual creatures that game. Yeah, this is fine. Turn 1. Spire Bluff Canal, probably going to annul something. No, alright, they do have creatures. They're just probably a little bit lighter on them than normal. I'll take a 3rd land. And play an Artist's Talent. Alright, let's see here. Picklock Prankster. Put a Pheonix in the bin. We did draw a Lightning Axe. And a Spell Pierce. I'm just going to pass, hold up Spell Pierce. Oh, Graveyard Trespasser. Alright. That's fine. I have my non-graveyard win conditions in the deck. I think I am going to just Lightning Axe that. Discard Spell Pierce. Discard Artist's Talent. Alright, Prismari Command instantly makes me wish I had done that in the other order. Alright, none of those are Phoenixes, so I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. I don't need 2 Prismari commands. I might not even need 1. I'm going to run out of creature because I haven't milled over Prophytic Memory, which means just having a creature in play has a lot of value. Alright, there's Sheoldred the Apocalypse. Let's go looking for another Lightning Axe. Nope. That would tap all of my red mana. So we are going to try to look for another Lightning Axe again. Still declining those. And we bricked again. Okay, maybe Sleight of Hand will find us our Lightning Axe. Or maybe not. Well, we have Vigilance, so we may as well attack. Not that it'll do anything when our opponent is gaining a bunch of life. Let me guess. Kill the Picklock Prankster, attack for 7. Oh, somehow worse than that. That's fun. Well, here we are. Oh yeah, no. Completely reasonable. So we're taking 7, going to 3, going to 1. Ugh, goodness. Alright, this hand is fine. It's got Iconoclast as a non-graveyard win con. It's got a cantrip. It's gotten a null if they try to do anything funny. I think we hold Iconoclast so that we can cast an Opt immediately. Yeah, you're going to have your Blood Tithe Harvester. I'm going to Picklock Prankster. Grab a Lightning Axe. And play out my guy. Alright, well, time to see if this is good enough. Nope, obviously not. Fourth land is valuable. Lets me hardcast a Pheonix. Or Artist's Talent plus Picklock Prankster next turn. I'm going to Artist's Talent plus Picklock Prankster here. And I'll chip in for 1. Probably not going to... Not interested in blocking, really. May as well get my 1 damage in. Right, so I have Sheoldred covered. I don't have Unholy NX covered, but my solution to that problem is hopefully just going to be kill demons until it kills them. No blocks. Take 3. Hitotsugu consumes all. Glad I have 2 Phoenixes in hand right now. And I guess I'll play 1 out. They kill 1 and then exile it with the Hitotsugu consumes all. That's not the end of the world, but they don't. So we are officially erasing them. Yeah, they should have done that before that triggered. It's just clearly a mistake. Didn't matter though, never punished. They had to go blank. Alright, well, I'll take 3. Play out a Pheonix and attack you to 4. You are dead in the air, but probably going to have another removal spell. It's probably going to be exile based. So it's obviously just, even if they have a removal spell, they should attack first. So I think if they... Thoughtseize, really. Well then, I guess I will opt in response. It doesn't really matter, but this might get like a Pheonix into the bin or something. Nope. Treasure Cruise. Whatever. But now they're down to 2, which is very precarious. So they can kill my Pheonix with a Harvester Sack. But now, if we get lucky, we win. Shivan Reef, absolutely not. Treasure Cruise, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this isn't going to win us the game, I don't think, unless we draw a land cantrip. If we draw a land cantrip, we win. We don't. But still, we're in a very good spot. They're at 1. Alright, but we have a Pheonix in hand, so even if they draw a card, gain 2 life, go to 3, we still kill them. I will take 6. Yeah, and don't mess this up. Play around the blood token. Alright, well, they can gain their 2 life, then we attack them for lethal. That was a good game. Very scrappy on our end, but we managed to pull it through. Alright, I think we're going to do one more. Unless this is like run over in 5 minutes by Mono Red. Probably will be the last one for the day. We've got cantrips, we've got interaction. This is fine. What is this? Elves? Alright. Well, don't know what elves is. Black-green elves, another Jaspera Sentinel, and a Leaf-crowned Visionary. Alright, well, I'm gonna just kill that. Say no lords for you. And I think I have to risk shields down for a turn and get Artist Talent Now they could easily make a huge amount of mana. Alright, so they're just going to play Elvish Archdruid. I'm just going to kill their Elvish Archdruid. Get rid of this useless Spell Pierce. Get rid of this useless Annul. I should have cast Sleight of Hand before the Pathway. Yeah, pretty much exactly in case that happened. It's not a huge deal, but now I do not have blue up for Consider. And they're just going to Collected Company and make a silly amount of 1/1s. Well, I'm going to consider basically anything to the yard. Especially a Pheonix. Alright, and Treasure Cruise. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The stupid Shivan Reef needs to be any other land. Alright, the only land I drew is Firebluff Canal. So I guess this is the most damage I can prevent. And just have cards in graveyard for another Lightning Axe. I think we have to go the old defensive Pheonix. Just to spook him off from attacking and save some life. Alright, I lose 5 to a Shaman of the Pack. And I lose 6 to another Shaman. Alright. I've died. Yeah, so I don't have enough mana to do crazy Profits things. Obviously going to bring in Anger of the Gods. Fiery Impulse. Spell Pierce is... I mean, it could catch a Collected Company, but that's super narrow. Annul is out. What else do I cut? That's probably fine. I don't think... I mean, they might easily have room for Graveyard Hate, but I'm just going to hope they don't. Alright, we have removal spells. We are playing Izzet Control. Bolt the Bird. So it might have been better to Floodmaw that. It has the same tempo effects without actually using a removal spell, which I could use on a Lord. Let's see. Yeah, I'm just gonna bounce that. I should have done this in the other way, but it's too late now. Just make sure that they have to play slowly. And if I'm not mistaken, they missed a land drop. I would love to have an Anger just sitting in my hand. Yeah, so, and this is where we put them to the squeeze. So if they don't, so they need to commit more to their board to accomplish anything, but if they do, then they get blown out by Anger of the Gods. Alright. We are 1-1 against elves. I think my deck is probably very good against elves on average. I have a lot of cheap removal. This hand has Anger of the Gods in it. I'm going to keep. Alright, let's just say slow down, bucko. No turn 1 Elvish Mystic for you. Turn 2 double Elvish Mystic is perfectly fine and reasonable, though. Alright, Cavernon Elves. Elvish War Master. Play out more. Commit more to the board. Play another creature, please. Alright. Well, that is dies. So Anger the God screws them here. So I think they've lost. I think this game is functionally over for them. It's going to be a while before I figure out exactly how to kill them, but Anger of the Gods. You lose your board, they're exiled. Have fun with that. Alright, lead the Stampede. Draws them 3. Pretty good. So they definitely are capable of rebuilding, and they're going to try their best. Yeah, they're just going to be drawing cards off of their elves. Meanwhile, I'm going to be drawing cards off of all of my spells. Alright, get rid of the Leaf Crown Visionary. Get rid of a second Artist's Talent. Alright, backup Anger of the Gods is great. And there are no Phoenixes in the bin. 5, 6, 7. Yeah, see, I can cast Draw 3s too, opponent. I love my hand with removal spells. Yeah, I mean, this hand is just great. I'll level up Artist's Talent, because I have the mana for it, and pass. Alright. Elvish Archdruid. And Elvish Archdruid. And Anger of the Gods Part 2. Electric Boogaloo. GG. Yup. Good old Anger of the Gods. What a card. Alright, that was a pretty quick one. I will do one more. This one will be the last one, even if it's fast. Alright, Sam Caster Mage. Alright, 0 lander, 0 keeps. 2 lander, we keep. Lightning Axe is bad on a mulligan. So we can play a tap land turn 1, Spirebluff Canal turn 2, Artist's Talent. Turn 3, Prophetic Memory probably. Opponent is playing blue-green. Which I have no idea what blue-green pathways means. It means Merfolk. Alright, well, the good news is I am probably happy trading an Artist's Talent for a Vordalian Hexcatcher. I have 2 removal spells in hand. Alright, well, these last 2 matchups, they just decided to throw me against tribal aggro decks. Which is certainly an interesting style of gameplay. I think Merfolk will be better against me because they have like counter magic. I'm just going to kill their thing while they're tapped out because counter magic is annoying. Prophesidetic Memory means all of my stuff can be a threat. Kumena, Tyrant of Orazka. Yeah, okay. There's going to be shenanigans there. I am just going to kill that and discard Arclight Pheonix. Alright, well, we've dealt with a lot of early creatures. We don't have a clock of our own, and they have a second Kumena. Alright, we pass. Not treasure cruising away my Pheonix. Not that desperate yet. They have a Mutavault, so they are pretty desperate. Alright, so that is just like an ordinary old 2-4 attacking. Alright, we pass. If I can just take 2 for a couple of turns and sculpt my hand a bit, that would be great. Alright, Sea-Note Scout reveals Vordalian Hexcatcher. So I'd like to play around that, if at all possible. Not attacking. Nope, they are attacking. Alright. I will bounce the Kumena. That will slow them down a little bit. And consider land into the graveyard, draw a land, play a land, and treasure cruise for 2 mana. Yeah, okay. Just checking that neither of those were the stupid one that has me pay a life to use colored mana. Alright, I'm happy with that. I suppose I could have... Yeah, I could have gotten my Pheonix back. I probably should have gotten my Pheonix back, even. Alright, so they are going to recast Kumena. I'm going to untap so their Hexcatcher doesn't work. And Lightning Axe Kumena. Pay red. Why is Auto Tapper being weird? Who can say? Alright. That is fine by me. They're going to draw a card. I'm going to kill their Mutavault. Yep. They're going to flash in the Hexcatcher, which... Okay, I guess that does matter. So the Mutavault is going to be saved, because that's Torch the Tower and not the other one. But the Kumena still dies, because this is 5 damage. And I will pay all of my mana for this. If you want to sacrifice your board. Alright. I've cast a couple spells this turn. I'm going to cast another one. And while we're at it, may as well cast another one. And now we get our Pheonix back. And we hold up Spell Pierce. They have infinite mana. Agatha's Soul Cauldron. So what? They're trying to give all of their stuff Vodalian Hexcatcher's ability. That makes sense. Or Kumena's ability. Alright, yeah, that's pretty good. So next turn we Treasure Cruise, try to just build a gigantic Pheonix and try to outrace them. Alright, they swing for 5 here, or only 4. Not sure what they're keeping that back for. Alright, free the Fae. And grab a Consider. Now we Treasure Cruise. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And draw 3 cards. We can play Artist's Talent. Should result in us drawing a bit more. I need an untapped land to cast this Opt. I need an untapped land to cast this Opt. Not that untapped land. And they Tidebinder the trigger, and I'm dead. I guess I stay on defense. So yeah, the Props doesn't lose its abilities because it's not an artifact, creature, or planeswalker. But they get to draw another card. 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I would be dead if they can get rid of my Pheonix. I die. Okay, they're just attacking for 4. Thinking about it. Alright, they are attacking with both. So they can Agatha's Soul Cauldron to pump it. But I will take the block. No, they willingly trade. So the fact that they traded there is good for me. So now we play out a Picklock Prankster, and this is 1 spell for the turn. Spell Pierce is just completely useless at this point. Alright, and we can cast an Opt. Alright, another Pheonix is fantastic. Spell Pierce remains useless. Cast another Opt. Alright, Floodmaw. Okay, well, Treasure Cruise is going to be better than Floodmawing something. 5, 6, and 7. And we can get rid of Spire Bluff Canal. So they can Agatha Soul Cauldron to eat one of my Phoenixes, but I have 2. Yep. They're just doing some nonsense over there. I have 13 cards in my deck after this Treasure Cruise resolves. Although they might Hexcatcher it. Yes, they do. Okay. Well, here we go. So they have 4, 7, 8, 11. So if I attack here, I can block 4 and take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I can't afford to attack. Oh, and they can even make another 1/1 Merfolk. Yeah, I think I might be dead here even with blocks. So they have a lot of looks to find something that almost certainly kills me. Do they fire up the Mutavault? Or do they get rid of the Pheonix? You have 1 card in hand and not that many legal moves. Alright, they're creating another Merfolk by tapping the Kiora. They've done something. Oh, Merfolk can't be blocked this turn. Okay. Thanks, Kamina. Alright, well, the solution is Anger of the Gods, and Fiery Impulse, and Mystic Dispute, and probably not Spell Pierce, even though they do have a couple good targets for it. Probably not Annul, although they have a couple good targets for it. Probably not Floodmaw. Maybe we just cut Sleight of Hand and bring in our interaction. I don't know. It's hard to say. I think like the crux of this is going to be the Anger of the Gods. If I can get those to resolve, then we should be good. Otherwise, we're probably cooked. Alright, well, we have an Opt. We have a Spell Pierce. And a Lightning Axe. Alright, Fiery Impulse is great. We need everything like that we can get. Alright, they have 2 mana. They're probably going to play a Merfolk Mistbinder. No, Agatha's Soul Cauldron, which we get to Spell Pierce. Feels incredible. Alright, now we need to find a 3rd land. Bottom anything that is not a 3rd land, and still miss the 3rd land. Cool, cool. Well, we're going to sit here on cheap interaction for a bit. Unlicensed Terse, annul that as well. Draw our third Treasure Cruise, which is helping no one. C-Note Scout, revealing a Deeproot Pilgrimage. Cavern on Merfolk won't save their Deeproot Pilgrimage, at least, because that's an enchantment. Alright, we're going to Fiery Impulse the C-Note Scout. Yep, we're going to Fiery Impulse the C-Note Scout. And probably die to Soul Cauldron on Kumena or something. Alright. Artist's Talent it is. Now the bad news here is that they're going to get their Deeproot Pilgrimage. And we are going to... We're going to die to a swarm of Merfolk. A Damping Sphere, because why not? And no third land, because of course. Yep, just, 14... So we're 7 cards deep. Did we mulligan once? I think we mulliganed once. Alright, so at least we get to fire off a Mystic Dispute to get one of these ridiculous Treasure Cruises out. And that shows us an opt. Still not a land. Consider. Still not a land. Alright, Sokenzan is a land. Fire Impulse is a good card. Alright. We are sort of back in business. They have their Vodalian Hexcatcher. And exiling a C-Note Scout to make it bigger. Yeah, I'm just gonna kill that. And discard a Treasure Cruise, maybe? I already have one. Alright, well, they have a C-Note Scout. So the good news is they don't have much of a board. The bad news is that means Anger of the Gods is kind of mid. Like, I'm not going to be Anger of the Godsing a single C-Note Scout, obviously. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. I do love me some Treasure Cruise when my opponent is low on resources. No, I think I keep my handful of burn spells. And pass. Yep, you can exile my Treasure Cruise. Whatever, don't need it. Another Deeproot Pilgrimage around Mystic Dispute. Well, let's kill the C-Note Scout before they can create a bunch of 1/1s off of it. And now we have gone from Mana Screw into very slight flood, so we can get rid of a land. Alright, Hexcatcher. Can't be countered. Alright, well, ultimately Hexcatcher here is fine. Because they're going to have to sacrifice it to counter the thing. All this stuff is giving me a headache. Alright, no, they're going to put the counter on the C-Note Scout, and I didn't bargain it, so it only takes a little bit of damage. Alright, well, so that has the Hexcatcher ability, that has the Hexcatcher ability. I think we have to, unfortunately, I should have just Lightning Axed it immediately. I didn't think about both of them having the Hexcatcher ability. It's kind of annoying. So they can just sack a Merfolk to counter this, of course. Which is playing into my hands a little bit. Yeah. I just realized I got rid of my land when I need land for what I'm trying to accomplish. Alright, so Anger of the Gods will kill one real Merfolk. But unfortunately, both of them have Hexcatcher ability. Alright. And you can sack probably the real Hexcatcher, since that one's a 3/3. No, they sack the better creature because they are, I guess, just not very good at the game. They attack and they get 2 more 1/1s. Which are actually 2/2s because the Hexcatcher is a Lord as well for some reason. Alright, we Treasure Cruise. I would love to find another Anger of the Gods. I guess we'll keep Mystical Dispute. How many spells was that? That was 1 Treasure Cruise. Alright, well. I guess we have to do that. And get rid of Mystical Dispute, since it's least likely to actually work. And get rid of Annul, try to find something better. So I can pay 2. So actually this works, right? Yeah, so they have to sacrifice everything. They have to get more Merfolk. Yeah, because I had 2 mana up, they had 2 extra Merfolk. So they just sacked a Merfolk for nothing there. Although it's not actually nothing, because it prevents me from Picklock Prankstering on their end step, but they don't know that. So now they lose their Hexcatcher. Yeah, all of this could be avoided. Like, I punted all of this to not killing their C-Note thing before combat. But they only have a 2/2 with the Hexcatcher ability and a Grafdigger Cage. So I'm going to play an Arclight Pheonix and attack them for 3. And I am just going to play out a 1/3 Flying Vigilance. This is, again, going to be a very dicey game. Unfortunately, this has Hexproof, which makes a lot of things more difficult. No blocks. Alright, let's free the Fae. See if we find anything cool. How about a Consider? I could have played out the second Picklock Prankster there. Don't need a Mystical Dispute. They have way more than enough mana. I think I also have enough mana that I am just holding the Spirebluff Canal. And leveling up Artist's Talent. What a complicated game. I'll take 3 or 4 here. I need to not top deck lands. I need to top deck spells that do, like, anything. I guess I'll play a land out and level up my Artist Talent again. Alright. Tishana's Tidebinder. Whatever. But that does mean they have lethal on me. Which means that I'm going to have to chump block at least one thing. Yeah, and also means they have a real merfolk in play, so they get guys. So I would love to draw, honestly, an Anger of the Gods. Just... Alright, how do I win here? I can Anger... And so my Pheonix is going to be exiled. I obviously have to do this. It's the only line to not lose. And discard the Shivan Reef. And I will pay so much mana to... So yeah, they don't have enough creatures to stop this. They can prevent their stuff from being exiled to the extent that that matters, which I guess matters for Kiora's followers specifically because of the Agatha's Soul Cauldron. Alright, we need to do a recap of threats. We have 3 Phoenixes. Oh, they can... No, they can't save this Tidebinder because I leveled up my guy. Or did I not? No, it's at level 2. Oh, crap. I thought this was level 3. Well... I think I lose here, right? Like, because I would need to consider. Alright, I guess that my line here is consider into something that kills the Tidebinder. Nope. Didn't find it. I would have won if I... Well, no, because I didn't have enough mana. I thought I'd leveled the Artist Talent to 3. I could have... I definitely punted that game. Yeah, so... I think that's going to be it for today's stream. Let's see. My current plan is that I'm going to be doing Satisfactory Monday, Wednesday, Friday every week, and Magic Tuesday, Thursday every week. So the next time we're back here playing Magic will be on Tuesday. Obviously, we'll be here every day, just playing different games. So make sure to follow if you're interested. Yeah, see you guys then. Bye.